3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Hi. Little toddler. Look at that little diaper bum. Toddle, yes. Are you a toddler? Can you say busy boy?
Busy boy.
That's right, you are a busy boy. That's your child. Greetings everyone, welcome to Eat, Pray, Crunch. It's Amanda and welcome to my pregnancy update for week 16 and 17. I am doing them together this week because there wasn't a whole lot that went on last week, so I just figured I'd combine these 2 weeks. There hasn't been a lot that's happened this week either, so I guess it'll be just kind of a short little update. And I have Alex playing in the room here with me today. I'm actually getting this done during the day. How about that? So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys who have been watching. I shared this channel with some of my personal friends, people, you know, my close friends and some people that I know through Facebook and that kind of thing. And I have just been overwhelmed by the awesome response. I honestly was a little bit scared to share this channel with some of my friends because it's like I'm really, you know, pouring my heart out and like being totally real and honest. And you know, I told them in a little message that I really feel like doing this channel is something that God is really calling me to do and challenging me to do, like, because it's definitely not something I would have ever imagined myself doing. I'm definitely an introvert. I know, like, some people like don't believe me when I say that because I can definitely be a social introvert, but I'm definitely an introvert. If you meet me in person, I can be quiet at times, and you know, I'm not like incredibly social around people that I don't know very well. Oh, well, look who came to say hi. Can you say hi? Mwah. And my little buddy with me today. So just putting myself out there and, you know, doing this kind of thing is definitely being a little bit vulnerable. And I have just been overwhelmed by how supportive everybody has been, and like people have said some really nice things, and like especially about putting our fertility story out there. I've had some people contact me and like stories come out of the woodwork, and I've really found this to be true in general, that when you open up about something that's really difficult, people, you know, start to share their stories and experiences that they've had as well. And so I just, you know, thank you. You guys know who you are. Thank you for sharing that stuff with me. That's kind of, that just confirms to me that like doing what I'm doing right now is like why God wants me to do this. You know, just putting it out there and saying, you know what, we're not alone in this journey. And like really there are a lot of people who have struggled with things like infertility, and I really think that it's been such a taboo subject in the past, but I really come to the conclusion that it's like so important to just talk about these things, because when we don't talk about them, like people think that you know, they're like the only ones in the world going through this kind of thing, but it's so not true. Like, you realize that it's actually quite common. So that's been a really positive thing, and I just wanted to thank you all, you know who you are, for all of the wonderful support, and I appreciate that you're watching. And just for the sake of being reflective this week, Bill and I watched the movie The Help last weekend, and if you guys have never seen that movie, seriously see it. It is like, I think it has risen to like my top 5 in my movie list. It is so good. The acting is phenomenal, like the message is so good, and it's hilarious too. You know, if you guys have seen it, you know, like chocolate pie, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just such an awesome combination of all those things. Anyway, watching that movie just like really got me thinking about, like, reflecting about how much my life has changed in the last 10 years. I was just like thinking back, and just like the message of that movie really is about, you know, doing the right thing and speaking your truth. That's really what that movie is about. And I just feel like that is just a little message that God keeps putting on my heart over and over again, like, speak your truth. I remember seeing a little meme on the internet one time of this like scrawled, you know, words on a wall, and it said, speak your truth even if your voice shakes. And that's just really stuck with me. And so anyway, that's, you know, what I'm trying to do with this whole thing. And just thinking back, like 10 years ago, doing something like this is like, I would have never ever imagined like having anywhere close to the confidence to even think about doing something like this, you know. And just thinking about like all of the things that you know, I've accomplished in those 10 years, and just like how much I've grown and changed in that time. And anyway, that movie just really got me thinking about just how happy I am with where I am in life. In terms of symptoms, I realized I probably should have mentioned this one like way earlier, since this was like a month or 2 ago, but I definitely started getting like swelling right away. That's just like one of my symptoms, is I just get this like water retention. And I'm wearing what I call my preggy ring. And this is, everybody looks at this ring and they're like, oh wow, what a beautiful ring. And I was like, oh thanks, it was 30 bucks. I got it at Fred Meyer for 30 bucks. And yeah, it's just like a fake knockoff ring. But yeah, it's one size bigger than my normal wedding ring, because like soon after I got pregnant, like my fingers started swelling immediately, and it was getting so tight that it was like cutting the circulation off. I'm like, time to put on the preggy ring. So yeah, so that's a symptom that I realized that's been going on for weeks and weeks now, and I should have mentioned that before, but there it is. There's my preggy ring. Along with that, just been continuing to have like bloating. I've just had that since the beginning basically, but it doesn't seem quite as bad as it was like in the first trimester, but it's still definitely there. I had that same symptom when I was pregnant before. That and constipation. That's definitely something that I dealt with in the last pregnancy as well. I've had IBS in the past, and that's another problem of mine that we've really fixed with our diet. Like it almost, all my symptoms almost completely went away. But being pregnant again, even with our good diet, I am getting that lovely little symptom again. And since my belly is definitely getting bigger faster this time, I am starting to sleep with a king-size pillow in between my knees at night. I'll show you a picture of what Bill calls the fortress of pillowtude. When I was pregnant with Alex last time, I seriously had this fortress of pillows. I would have like 2 king-size pillow, or like a body pillow and a king-size pillow on each side of me, like one on top of the other, stacked on top, and then I would have like a pillow to hug and like a little wedge to stick under my belly, plus the pillow for my head. I'll throw in, it's not a great picture, but I'll throw a picture in from when I was pregnant last time, right here. I don't know if I'm going to make quite so much of a fortress this time, but I have been sleeping with just one extra king-size pillow in between my knees, and I was also going to show you this. This thing, I'm not even sure what it's called. It's like one of these exercise, I guess it's called a dyna disc. It's just like one of these exercise balance balls, I guess that people use it for balancing exercises. But it's something, you know, my mother-in-law's a yoga instructor, and so this is something, she had a spare one and she brought it over for Alex to play with. And one time I was just lying on the floor playing with Alex and I was like, oh, I feel like my belly is just hanging when I'm laying on my side. And so I just like tucked this right under my belly and I was like, oh my God, this is genius. This is even better than a pillow because it's like squishy. So, you know, when your belly lays on it, it has a nice little give to it. And so I decided to take this thing to bed with me and I just tuck it under my belly and it supports it beautifully all night. And it is just like, I wish I had discovered this last time because it is so comfortable. So that's been nice. This has been my new little friend. Uh-oh. Someone sounds not happy up there. Daddy just got home, so Alex is now playing with Daddy. So the last big thing I wanted to talk about this week was that, like, yesterday I got the nesting urge. Oh my gosh. And as you know, I am still on modified bed rest this week. But the nesting urge just hit so hard. You know, we moved into our new house here in June, and basically I got pregnant right after we moved here, and then soon after started having the morning sickness and the horrible fatigue, as you know, I talked about in my early vlogs. And you know, there was just basically our unpacking came to a complete halt when I got pregnant, and like zero decorating has happened, like nothing. And I was just like, last night I like started doing laundry, and I mean, I was being careful not to lift anything, but I was doing some light laundry, and I was just like looking around the house. I was like, oh my God, I need to paint these rooms. The room that Alex sleeps in now, somebody did a horrible painting job. I don't know what they were thinking. It was originally a yellow room, and then I don't know, they were trying to do some like spot painting to like, I don't know if they had like spackled and tried to cover it up, but it was like a different shade of yellow. It's terrible. It looks so horrible in there, but like, that's like the first thing I want to paint because that is going to become the baby's room, and we're going to move Alex into another bedroom. And so anyway, I just have this itch like, I want to paint these rooms, and I want to paint our kitchen, and I want to paint the room that Alex is going to be in, and I just want to get that going, and decorating too, because we have like virtually zero decoration in our house now. We just have these blank walls everywhere, and our garage is still like stacked high with boxes. I don't know if this is like early to get a nesting urge or what, but I tell you, it hit me hard last night, and like I want to do something about it. But that brings me to the next point, is still being on bed rest. I can't do a whole lot about it yet at this point. I did do some like organizing of paper, because you know, the constant battle with paper that we all have with mail and bills and organizing all that. I did do some of that, and that felt good. But yeah, just the bigger stuff is gonna have to wait until I'm off bed rest. So that brings me to the next point, which is this Friday, hallelujah, I'm having the ultrasound that I have been waiting for 6 weeks now on bed rest. This is the ultrasound that is going to determine whether I have to continue doing bed rest or not. They're going to take a look in there and just see how my hematoma is progressing. They say that these things normally reabsorb into the body by about 20-ish weeks or so, but mine is pretty big. So I'm trying to go into it, you know, with the mentality that there's still a possibility that I might have to take it easy a little bit longer if the thing is not shrinking, which I'm hoping that it is at least shrinking if it's not gone. So I'm a little bit nervous to have this ultrasound, but I'm just hoping and praying that I'll be getting good news, and that this hematoma is at least, if not gone, at least smaller and doing what it's supposed to do and reabsorbing. I mean, the upside of this ultrasound is we're going to find out the gender of baby, and I am so excited to find out. And I think I've talked in last vlogs about, I know some people choose not to find out, and I have so much admiration for those of you who choose to wait, but I am just an impatient person, and not only am I impatient, but I just feel like for me, it really helps me to have a stronger sense of bonding with new baby, like when I know what sex baby is. I feel like it, you know, we can really start thinking about names, and just like gives baby a bit more of an identity. At least for me, that's how I feel like it really helps me start to make that bond with baby, because there's a bit more of an identity there. And in terms of planning as well, I intentionally, even though we found out with Alex what he was, we intentionally got everything gender neutral. We had like a green theme, since green is my favorite color, and all of our baby items are gender neutral, so that's awesome. The only thing, if we do have a girl, is that we'll have to get girl clothes. But everything else, it'll be great because all of our baby items are gender neutral, so that's awesome. So super excited to find out what we're having. So just thinking about like old wives' tales, you know, they say that what you're craving can be an indicator of what you're having, and I've been craving a lot of sweet things, and that supposedly indicates girl. And if you crave salty, sour things, that indicates boy, which I did crave when I was pregnant with Alex, so who knows? But that's like the only thing I've thought about in terms of old wives' tales. You know, I tried the like wedding ring thing, like which way it swings, or if it's like back and forth or in a circle, like with Alex, and like it's a bunch of BS in my opinion. Like a lot of these things, like peeing in baking soda, like I think they're like fun to do. But you know, I honestly feel like people are just guessing, like it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And yeah, so I did look on the like Chinese gender prediction chart, and I realized that most people actually do it wrong. They look at it according to their like, you know, what your Western birthday. And so when I go to like use my normal birthday for that chart, it said boy, but apparently most people do it wrong because the Chinese calculate your birthday differently. It's like lunar years and lunar months. So I found one where you like put your birthday in and it calculates your lunar birthday and then gives you like a more accurate prediction. And that one said girl, so who knows? Just turn the light on because it's starting to get a little bit dark. Anyway, and I'll link this below, but I took the IntelliGender test, and that one said that we're having a boy. And you know, I have heard such mixed reviews. I have had people say like, oh, me and my friends, like it was right for all of us. And then I talked to other people saying, yeah, no, it was wrong. I've watched mommy vloggers that, you know, they tried it and it ended up being wrong, you know, so it still seems like it's like a 50-50 chance, you know. And it just feels like there's a lot of things that could go wrong, like all of these things, you're not supposed to, if you're on a progesterone supplement, you're not supposed to take the test, like you're not supposed to like have intercourse for like 48 hours beforehand, like there's like all of these rules that you're supposed to do. It has to be like your first morning urine, like all these things, all these factors. There were a bunch of other ones too that I feel like could influence the test, that probably a lot of people don't pay attention to, so who knows. So we'll see if that was right or not. The other thing I mentioned before was also that my acupuncturist had predicted boy. I guess in Chinese medicine, like feeling which, you know, your pulse on each side, which side is stronger indicates girl or boy. He was right with Alex, and he claims to have an 80% accuracy rate, but he guessed boy as well. So the IntelliGender and my acupuncturist agree boy. But then again, I have a friend, you know who you are, who also sees the same acupuncturist, but he told her that she was having a girl, and she just found that she's actually having a boy. So he was wrong. So we just don't know. I feel like it ultimately it's 50-50 chance. We'll see what we get. But anyway, so I'm excited to find out. You know, people have asked me, oh, do you want a girl or a boy? And, you know, I've always wanted to have one of each. I wanted to have a little girl. Honestly, I used to be afraid of having a boy because I didn't have any brothers. Like, most of my friends had sisters even. I was just around girls most of the time, and I played with girls most of the time. So that's what I'm familiar with. But, like, I have honestly been so happy having a boy. It has been like the best thing that has ever happened to me. My little guy is just the love of my life. He's a little mama's boy. And I feel like my perspective has changed on that. And just thinking too, since they'll be exactly 2 years apart, if we were to have another little boy, I think that that would be so cool, just to have 2 little boys close in age. Like, I think that they would, you know, it's built-in playmate. They would be able to have similar interests and be able to play, you know, for a long time, even like into their teenage years. They'd probably still hopefully get along. I pray that they will be close. I know there's inevitable rivalries and all that, but I do pray that they have a good relationship. I have been saying a lot of prayers about that. So either way, we are going to be happy if it is a boy or a girl. And honestly, like with all the infertility struggles we've had too, it's like you kind of stop caring about that, you know? It's like we're having a baby, we're just so happy about that. Anyway, so that's it for this week, and I'll show you a quick belly shot. All right, guys, here's the belly for, I'm actually on week 17 now. We skipped week 16. So this, I guess this is 16 and 17. So poking out even more. And there's from the side and the front and the other side. Alright guys, that's it for this week, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of my new subscribers and all of you out there who have been so supportive and have just given me so much encouragement. I am so thankful. And if you like this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I am also in the middle of my infertility series right now, telling the story of our history of infertility and how we got through that journey, and how we turned it all around with diet and everything. So if that's something that you're going through or interested in, be sure to check out those videos as well. I'll link those down below as well. Hope you guys all have a great week, and we'll see you next week when we'll let you know whether we're having a girl or boy. So take care, you guys. Bye.